We will get on here live. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps. Like I said, sorry if you are joining me and you see the red light right up there on the top, right there if you're on YouTube. Um, oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, I had everything set up here and then it all blew off. Um, we are going to do a Father's Day gift today. And so that's what I'm excited about. I am on YouTube and Facebook as Prairie Scraps. If you are in my private VIP group, I put little extras on there, little sales and please let me know you're here. Say hello and join in. I'm a small business owner. Oh my goodness, and with big smudges on my glasses. Um, Small business owner. See if we can get some light on the subject here. There we go. Little fluorescent. That might help. And so we're going to do a little crafting today. It's kind of my passion, but it is also my business. So if you could help out by sharing it out, spreading the love, sprinkling the love, doing all the things. And if you'd like to shop, let me know. Just comment BOD if you would like the list for all the shopping down below. If you just want to shop around on my website, put shop and I will get you a link for that later on. And let me see. Oh, I don't want this. I want to see if anybody says anything. If you're coming in on the replay, please help me out by putting hashtag replay so I know you were here and that you watched the video. I appreciate every single one of you. I look really like dark here. I don't know what's going on. So, oops. Oh goodness. Sorry about the view here. There we go. Somehow I turned it off. It wasn't intentional. I hope you can join. Oh, try to reconnect. Please, please. Oh, good. We're back. I apologize if you were in. Go ahead and rejoin me and say hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. But right now we are currently live. Beautiful day, you guys. It's like we went one day from snow to the next day being beautiful. It is 76 degrees outside. I have the door open. I have my little fan going. It is just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now, here's the question. How did I get this video to go? That's the question. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put you down here. I apologize. Kind of a chest view. Kind of a down view. I got to figure out a better way to put this this little camera so you can see what I'm doing better. There we go. Okay. We are going to do a Father's Day gift today, and I was going to make a t-shirt. And of course, this is ginormous because my husband's pretty tall. He's 6'7", you know, large man. He's not skinny either. So, although I hate it when we try to get skinny, he always gets really skinny really quick. This is just a regular t-shirt that you can get from one of your craft stores. And so this one is fun. And then we are going to be using the ink mat today, as well as the transfer dad bod. It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure, it says. So I don't know what the best way to do this is. It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. That is what we are going to do today. And I'm going to start out with the mat. And the mat is reusable, and you want to save all the packaging with it so that it keeps it fresh for you when you use it. So that is my advice to you. I always put it back in the same packaging, and I wash it between uses. It is kind of like a sticky mat. You could use a piece of cardboard. You could use even like one of those mats you get for Cricut, I guess, because they are the same type of sticky. But I really like our mats. They're not very expensive, and you will be able to use them a lot. We use them a lot. So I'm just going to get this on the inside. And the reason you want to put the mat in there is because you do not want the ink. This is not vinyl. This is ink. The ink will go kind of settle into the t-shirt, and it could go through and go to the back. And I have done that one time. I learned my lesson very well. Don't do that again. That was not fun. So I think we're going to just get this laid out here, and I'm just kind of going to eyeball it. I'm not going to actually measure it. You guys know me. I'm kind of an eyeballer, but I'm going to actually I'm using this little t-shirt. I forgot what it's called. T-shirt. Oh, you guys, I can never remember the name of it. I should just write the name on the back. Anyway, if you would like a link for this, I can get that to you. It's, online. So, but anyway, aligner, t-shirt aligner. Just Google it, and you'll find them. They're under $4 and you get like 4 of them. You get infant, baby, toddler, child, and adult in a 4-pack. So they're like $1 a piece, really. It is so windy here today. Can you hear all that wind? I feel like I'm going to blow away in my little Airstream here. That's the one bad thing about Airstreams is they are aerodynamic and they will go. They will go. So we're going to use this Dad Bod, and I'm actually going to use it down. I'm going to set it down on this. One of the things we want to note with some of our new transfers, the first round of transfers, if it has this little black label on the packaging, that means that the copyright is actually clear and will print for you. So if you have that black on there when you do it, go ahead and just take like a piece of we have this little transfer tape, and I like to just put a piece of that right over the top of that so I don't forget when I'm inking or chalking, because it will go through, and I don't need the copyright on whatever we're doing, especially a t-shirt. So in t-shirt, the ink is going to be permanent. We're going to heat set that with an iron. If you make a boo-boo and you catch it while it's still wet, you can probably get it off. I don't know where hair is coming from. All right, and I'm just going to be using this to kind of get it on here. Oh, to find the center, because there's a center arrow. That's what I'm going to line up with. I just like to put the top of my transfer right at the top of, right along the edge of this. I'll find the center of the t-shirt. I usually go by the tag, kind of look at it, eyeball it to make sure it's in the center, but you can fold the transfer right in the middle to find that center point, and that will help you. But actually, what I think I'm going to do is, I don't know if you saw the picture I sent out. I actually am going to go ahead and use the transfer to outline and then take the transfer off. And I'm going to try something new. I haven't done this before. So, and I always try to look side to side. Did I get a pretty good, let's see. This is my eyeball measuring. This isn't real measuring here. Oh yeah, it's way to the right, actually. We're going to move it, even though I thought that was kind of to the side. So this one says it's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. Isn't that cute? So I'm just kind of eyeballing where I think the center is here. It felt like it was to the right. And I'm putting it down maybe because this is a 3X t-shirt. I've got a little more space to work with than I normally do. So I'm going to just go ahead and use some blue tape right on the t-shirt across the top, just like a straight line, trying to go as straight as I can. I figured this would help me straighten it out. And then I'm going to do each of the sides, tape it down. And blue tape, blue painter's tape, it works when you pull on it. So be sure that you're pulling on it to make it work. Otherwise, it does not stick very well. If you've ever had blue tape not stick, I remember before I started doing like professional house painting on the inside, and I didn't know that about blue tape, and I would sometimes get really frustrated with blue tape because it would just come off. So that's what we're going to do. That's going to be the outside, and I'm going to do some not chalking, inking before I do this. So I'm going to put this back on. And usually if you're doing a first time transfer, these transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times, depending how well you take care of it. And so they just wash off under the sink with one of our board erasers. I like to use that a little bit, but actually these new ones, they come off really easy. So I'm just going to do this little rectangle, and I'm going to actually, I don't know, I'm going to try to paint in between. So I kind of want to do 3 different colors. I'm using the inspiration. If you saw my post on Facebook in my group, I'm using that inspiration from our catalog this year. And I'm going to set this here. Here's the center. So if I do 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.5. Okay, so I think I'm going to go 3.5 for my next line. And I'm just doing a thin line because I'm not going to, I don't want big fat lines. Again, doing a little bit of eyeballing here. All eyeballing with the ruler. So 2.5, and then this side we want 2.5 as well. 1, 2, right? What did I do? 1, 2, 3.5. Okay. 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, we did pretty good. So I'm going to do this across here. And then, so that was 3.5. Now we're going to do 1, 2, 2.5, I think. I don't know. I'm making this up. You could do this however you want. If you don't like this idea, you could do something totally different. I'm just going to go over here and hopefully end up. I think I'm doing it 1, 2.5. I'm ending up doing it like not evenly spaced as far as like 3, 3, and 3, because I don't want to figure out the math on it. If that makes sense, I just want to put it on here. So I'm just doing the bottom one is smaller, the bigger. I think that'll work. It's going to overlap. It's not, it's okay. It's okay. So that's what we're going to do right there. And I'm going to make sure all this tape is put down really nice and firm, because I'm going to paint or squeegee some ink in this space. I've never done this, you guys, so you're getting to check this out. This may or may not turn out. Sometimes I think, I don't know why, but sometimes like crafters are kind of like over obsessed with making everything look perfect. And so things don't turn out. You have to be able to adjust. That's my goal, right? Our goal is to be able to adjust. So I'm going to do red on the top, candy apple red, and papaya on this, and then bumblebee on the bottom. That's what I'm doing. And then we're going to do, hopefully I have enough white. I'm pretty sure I do. Oh yeah, I got another jar. Okay, so then we're going to do white for the lettering. So those are my colors. Those are my colors. Now with ink, it's permanent. So you have to be sort of, right? We're just going to take our small squeegee. This is not the mini. The mini is what you get when you join the club. Excuse me. My throat is getting dry. It's like really dry. Everything is drying out really, really quickly with the, okay, so I'm just going to go over this and make sure it's down on this t-shirt because I don't want it to, I don't know. I've never done this. I've always had, and I may like adjust here. We may like use a paintbrush. I don't know. I don't think that works very well. That kind of sticks. So I think I am going to use a paintbrush for this. I'm going to set that aside. I don't know. Is that going to work? Paintbrush might work better. this is all testing it out. I don't know. I've never even seen anybody do this. I did, you know, I'm kind of copying from, I wish I knew of a good way to do it, like easy way, but now I got lumps. So we'll see how this kind of turns out here. And I'm trying to go all in the same direction just because I don't want to have like blobs. I kind of want it to look brushed on, like artsy. We'll see. I don't know. We might be creating a mess, but we're going to be okay with that, right? It's all going to be okay. I don't know. This is not going on very well either. Set that there. Trying to set that brush down. It is pulling it off. It's like stretching under the mat. Oops, I hope I didn't go outside there. The one thing I don't want to do is go outside. And the one thing about ink is it is very, what shall I say? It's very forgiving. You could use a pattern, you know, like one of our screens and pattern this, but because it's a man's, you know, all my patterns are pretty much like buffalo check and things like that. So just trying to get this down. I don't know. It's kind of, it's clumping, and ink will soak into the fabric. So just so you know, as you're working with ink, that it will soak into the fabric. So sometimes you think you have it covered and then it'll soak into the fabric a little bit more than you anticipated. And then you have a place where it doesn't have color. So you could just go back and lay it back down and re-ink it. I think that works out fine. I'm going to have to, first of all, get a wipe. Always keep wipes nice and handy for your hands, because when you're inking, you don't want to like poke it at it somewhere else. I'm going to go into this and see if I can get it straightened out. We're already making a mess today, aren't we? Try to get those lumps out of it. It is kind of wet. It's definitely gone through. There. Okay, let's get that put back down. I'm just trying to get those little, I don't know if you can see this, but there's kind of like dark spots where the t-shirt kind of got bubbly. So I'm just trying to straighten those spots out. I'm always surprised like how colors, like on black t-shirts, how brilliant they look, even though like this black t-shirt, you know, it's kind of dark. I'm just trying to get it straightened out enough so I can get that. No red on my fingers. That's the biggest thing when I go to grab the t-shirt. All right, we're just gonna, there we go. I think and maybe it'll just give it a little bit of a, I don't know, washed look, would you say? So if you're coming on, do you guys, I know this is kind of premature for a Father's Day gift, but if you're thinking about making your own Father's Day, I mean, you wouldn't have to do this painted part. If you've never done inking before, I highly encourage you to, you know, try it. Start simple and get a little more complicated. But it's fun for kids. Love doing the inking projects. That's the one thing I've found. They have like no inhibitions. I find I'm like, oh no, don't do that, you know, kind of attitude when I'm doing it, and, you know, trying to get it perfect. And kids are just like slap, slap, slap. And it turns out every time. So it's kind of a fun project you can do with kids. Our ink is non-toxic. It is also permanent. I'm going to take this red off of here because I think I'm done with that section. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to move on to this next section, which is an orange section. I think we're using papaya today. We have so many colors and inks. And when I give you, if you would like the project list for this project today, put bod, because we're doing dad bod. And I will get that to you. And actually, instead of putting like a jar of ink on there, I will put, we have singles packets of ink. So you could try this project out and just, try singles packets. All right. So we're going to try to press this one down, this middle section. I don't know. And our ink, once you heat set it, all you have to do is wait 24 hours for it to dry. And then tomorrow I will go ahead and iron over this with parchment paper, and that will heat set it, and you can wash and dry and wash and dry. It never comes off. It's not like vinyl where it kind of works its way off after a time, or the heat of the oven or the heat of the dryer makes a mess of it. Sorry, I'm getting warm. We're working hard today. So hopefully you all had a very blessed Easter. I appreciate everybody. I feel very blessed. Be able to do something I love. Okay, yes, this is papaya. It's kind of an orange. We do have another orange. There's an orange peel is another color we use that's an orange. So I'm gonna stick with the squeegee. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm wondering if I go downward, if it'll just work out better. I don't know. I was thinking it was moving because I was going side to side, but it still is moving. So I don't know. Let me know if you find a better way to do this. We're just moving along, and hopefully it'll just turn out and we'll really enjoy it. So my husband saw the picture. He's like, I want that one. I'm like, well, hold on. So he'd already picked it out and said, that's the one I want you to make for me. And I was like, geez, don't even give me a chance to give it to you for Father's Day. So I'm going to try to hold off. Hopefully you won't see this. I don't know. I'm not very good at hiding it when I do crafts, because he does check in on my videos sometimes. So I might give it might not be much of a secret. Let's just put it that way. So I'm just kind of doing this. And then I think it's definitely like it's going to be a lighter orange and red because it's soaking into the t-shirt, but I think that's okay. We're just kind of trying it out. Definitely keep enough wipes around so that I usually can use the wipes to get like any boo-boos if I go outside the lines or whatever off. Try not to stick my hands right into that to move it. Orange. Always, before you're peeling things, always check your fingers so you don't pick it up and make a mess. All right, we're gonna kind of peel it off here. You can also try a little bit of like Tide, like a Tide pen, something like that, a stain pen, to get it off. And I think it kind of like, do you know how like acid wash always had like crinkle marks or whatever? That's kind of what I'm getting here. That's what it kind of looks like when it spreads like that. So I don't know. We're giving it a go. Anytime you have a little extra, you can always put it back into the jar, save it for later. I'm going to shut this so it doesn't dry. And then we're going to just, I only have one of these small ones. You can go a long time. You could buy the minis too and use those. We're inside, like I'm out in the camper water out here. And it, so I'm just using a wipe to wash it off. And I'm going to probably go through quite a few wipes here just because I don't want to get ink on things. Got my little garbage under there. All right, I'm curious, so I'm going to peel a little bit back and see what we got going. See what we got. Oh, I love, love, love. Hey, it looks nice. I'm excited. Okay, yellow. We're doing a bumblebee. And I think we have sunny side too, but this is bumblebee. I haven't used this a whole lot. So we'll see. Just gonna, I can see some bubbles. Anywhere you don't have it pressed down really good, it's going to affect it. Okay, so I'm going to use a different technique on this one. Remember the first time I tried to go along this way? The second one I was trying to go this way. This time I'm going to start in the middle and go out. Just a different technique. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I don't know. I kind of like the way this looks. I don't know if you can see this. Look at how it washed it looks. Kind of looks like faded. Kind of like it. This is pretty artsy for me. But you don't, the thing is like it's not like you have to be an artist to do this, right? Like you can totally like make up your own if you want or follow, exactly in the lines. This is very in the lines coloring here. So I'm going to say that it really does not matter which way you go. It's going to wrinkle and stretch on you. I don't know why that bumblebee is a little thicker. If your inks get too thick for you to use, you can add a little bit of water. It's water-based. They're non-toxic, which I love. Obviously you don't, if you've ever used inks to do ink processing on things, it's very smelly, and this stuff is not. I'm not exactly sure what they've done to make this product, but it is amazing. I have to say, it goes on t-shirts a lot easier through our transfers. The transfers make a big difference for getting it spread on here. I'm not going to lie. This is not the easiest thing to do, is get it on this way. Get another one of my wipes out. All right. And how we started out was just using the blue tape, painter's tape, and just taping off shapes. You could do anything. You could do whatever you wanted, whatever's easiest. I use the outside of the transfer because just trying to keep it simple. I'm not, try to make it so that everybody can make it. You don't have to be super artsy or crafty to figure this one out. So I'm just going to go over this a little, I think. Oh yeah, second. So once you get it on, it seems like the second coat actually goes on better. Although I'm still getting little folds in it here. Trying to just work it out so there's not like ink in those little folds. But it kind of gives it a wash denim look. I think that's what it is. They used to, was that wash denim they used to do? What kind of celebrations? I know Mother's Day is coming first. I'll have to think of something for Mother's Day. We'll have to do some Mother's Day things here too. If you're looking for projects, let me know. We do have a transfer specifically for moms and keeping it together. So might be appropriate for like kids to make for moms. But I don't know. It's hard because I live across the country from my mom. And so I think it's hard to, I don't know. It just wasn't my personality, so I didn't order it. But we'll see. You could do any of the love prints for your mom. If your mom likes flowers, that's probably the route I would go, or a welcome sign. All kinds of ideas for moms, right? Any of our signs, you can personalize it for your mom. But I thought this was fun. You could also make, oh, there is a mom, like a mom boss t-shirt that would work good on a t-shirt too. So you could do a t-shirt for moms as well. All right. I think we got it. So I'm gonna wash everything, close everything, and get that out of the way. I'll put you up a little bit. I'll figure out where to put that. Hear my girls coming back from coffee. We live in town, so they can walk to coffee, which is kind of nice. So they walk down, get some coffee, chit chat. I can hear them. It's good for them to walk around. It's so nice, beautiful out. 76 degrees. So exciting. Okay. I am going to peel. I kind of like the look. I guess we'll take these out first. See how this looks. Whenever painting indoors in houses, they tell you to peel the blue tape right away. That's another mistake I've seen, where if you leave the blue tape forever and ever, amen, it will create a mess because it sticks, it dries into the paint. So I'm gonna try to hit the garbage with my tapes and not hit my skirt or my clothes or my shoes or anything, or the camper, because we don't want the camper just kind of folding this on itself. I don't want ink on everything. Get it in there. So far, so good. There is kind of a little bit of crookedness on here, but I think it's going to be okay. You could also blend it together. Not too bad. Could blend it together. Let's see how it goes. I'm excited. It's looking good. I'm just being really cautious with the ink tape because it still is a little damp and I don't want to, it's like a piece of fuzz there. I don't want to get it on anything. Mostly the t-shirt, you know, it's like I'm famous for getting getting just a little smudge on the t-shirt right at the last moment. Okay, there we go. Isn't that cute? I think it's very cute. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's upside down to you, so I apologize. Got it on there. And I'm going to straighten that out. I've got a little, I can see a little crusty of the yellow on there. There is a little bit here, but I'm just going to leave it. Have you ever looked at how t-shirts are made? They are terribly made these days. I have to say that. That's my pre-claimer. I was talking about how, you know, easy it is as a crafter to want everything to turn out perfectly, right? And it's so hard sometimes to just be like, it's okay, like if it's not absolutely perfect. But if you've ever been in a store, hey Michelle, good to see you. Trying to make a Father's Day dad bod t-shirt, and I'm painting on here. I've never done this. I don't know if you have. but I taped it off. And so now I'm trying to get it dry so I could do the next layer without it mixing together. But anyway, if you've ever, it was really funny. Oh shoot. I wonder if I can get my daughter.